All right, as always, thanks so much for being here and covering us. And, I think this is a game that we needed. We certainly didn't play well a week ago, and we had to bounce back. And, when you play these games as a coach, you love that they're on the schedule, but you hate the week that you play them because your stomach is just in pits. And you want to make sure that your team takes the opponent seriously and prepares the way they should prepare. And we prepared better this week than we prepared for Indiana. And so, I thought the game was clean for the most part until, the second half of the third quarter on when we got some of the subs in there. But I thought on offense we were sharp. We converted third downs. I believe we were 100% in the red zone again. So, again, we got back on track, against a team that we should do that too. So again, it's a good win, but now we're back in the MAC East next week, and we got to get ready for Akron.
When did the pit in your stomach leave?
Oh, about halftime. When we scored right before the half. But these games as a coach, again, you love that they're on the schedule in the off season, but the week of the game is just, they have they have some good players, and obviously we played well today, and we limited number 9 in the quarterback. But they made some plays against Missouri. And again, as a coach, you always say if they could put this together for 4 quarters, it's a scary game. And because I know that it's just human nature that when you play in FCS, I think our guys like to think that we're above that level, which we are, but again, having coached at that level, I know they have good players. So I think, our team took the game seriously and was focused, and I think we played very efficiently. So it was a good, overall good effort.
When you talk, what was the game plan defensively in terms of stopping Powell and stopping Miller?
I mean, we were playing our stuff. We gave up so many big plays last week that part of it was just we didn't want him to get behind us. So we were going to try to make them march the field a little bit. We were just bringing a lot of 4-man rush, playing soft corners, and see if they could execute it. And some of the drives they had were when they threw a bunch of those quick screens, and they got some yardage. But we just didn't think that they could go 80 yards doing that. At some point we'd make a play or disrupt the ball and find a way to get off the field. And for the most part, we did that.
Was there a particular player or players defensively that you really thought stood up today?
Oh, we looked faster. I thought they tried to run that same little stretch play that Indiana got us with about 5 times last week, and our defensive tackles didn't get cut. We were more gap sound. I thought our front guys on the backside. I mean, that play when that thing gets stretched and it winds back, it's usually because those backside defensive linemen are on the ground. Again, you have to watch the film, but it looks like we played off the cut blocks better, and we pursued on the backside better, and that crease that sometimes gets formed in backside A-gap, it wasn't there today the way it was a week ago. Again, and part of that is the level of competition, but I think our guys also fundamentally played those blocks better than they did a week ago.
We looked offensively at Johnson. It looked like he had a really nice bounce back from last week.
Yeah, again, John, I don't think he played that poorly last week. It was not his best game, and he's only started 3 games. So I guess you'd say in his 3 starts last week was his worst game. But he made plays with his feet. We had guys open that he didn't have protection. He certainly didn't play poorly. Now, ultimately, the job of the quarterback is to get in the end zone, and in that way, he and our offense obviously failed. But he made some good throws and good plays last week, and again, just that element of being able to make plays with your feet really helps us.
You talked about what last week, but then this week, was it the same thing, or did he do more things well than last week?
Well, I think he did more things well. I mean, anytime you complete, 19 of 22? Right. I mean, that's hard to do against air when you don't have a defense. It's hard to do against a scout team. So he was sharp, but he makes, when the pocket breaks down, he makes very good pocket pressure decisions. He makes good decisions of when to run it and get out of bounds, when to draw the second level defenders and throw a ball in there. and he was very accurate. And the ball, you know, every pass play we have has a progression based on the coverage. You know, is center field open, is center field closed, is it man, is it zone? You know, there's a primary target, the place the ball should go. And when you read the play along with Matt, his eyes and his progression is going where it should go. And, you know, guys got open, and again, we won matchups on the perimeter, which we should. But it's still, you know, games like this get really scary when you don't convert third downs and you don't finish drives. And other than the pick, which was a poorly thrown ball, that was way behind Chris Gallen, and that was really the only poor ball I can remember him throwing.
You used a lot of receivers too, though. Was that the plan to spread it around, or did he look off?
No, I mean, you know, Jack, I think that's what we are. I don't know this year if we have that one dominating receiver. I don't know if we have, you know, a Freddie Barnes or a Kamar Jordan, but what we have is a lot of really good ones. And so because of that, the design of our offense is we're much more comfortable with the ball being spread out. You know, and part of the challenge now is we've got to push those guys to become that. I think Chris Gallen could become that guy. I think Sean Joplin could become that guy. Certainly Ronnie Moore has made a lot of plays in a very short period of time here. You know, I don't know if anyone is at that elite level yet, but I think we've got a lot of good ones that we've got to push them to become great ones. And because of that, the design of our offense, you know, 5 years ago, we were going to drop back and throw the ball to Freddie. If Freddie was double covered, we were going to figure out a way to still throw it to him. And now, you know, if they roll the coverage of the boundary, we're very comfortable with the ball going to the field. If they roll the coverage to the field, you know what I'm saying? So it's, the ball is being distributed much better, a little bit by the nature of the design, but also I think who our personnel is.
Got the running game going to the line, and Travis and Gibbons, and that complement the passing game.
Yeah, I mean, it was, you know, that, and again, that was a matchup that we felt good going into it. I mean, I think our O-line is probably as good O-line as we've had, you know, since I've been here in terms of their ability to do both. You know, the group in 09 was a great pass protection group, but this is probably as good a group that can do both things well. And we're very strong inside, and those freshman tackles are playing well. And so, you know, we had a little bit of a size advantage on those guys up front, and if we can get, you know, 200-300-pound bodies leaning on a 260-pound guy, that's got to be a good matchup for us. And I thought Travis did a nice job making people miss in the second level. You know, that's another part of it, is you got to get the ball to the second level, and that's the O-line's job. But once you get there, the back's got to do his job. And I thought Travis broke guys down and made cuts and made people miss, and, you know, made 8-yard plays, 16-yard plays.
Good? All right.
All right.